morning. Welcome to yoga. Today's class, we're going to need a belt and a block or two if you have. And I like to start things off differently sometimes. I get tired of the same old things. So today, to do our centering, to bring our awareness inward, we're going to lie on our backs and do with a block Viparita Karani, legs up in the air. So first I just want you to lie down and get comfortable, feel your Shavasana, basically pick up your shoulder blades nice and get them nice and flat. Close your eyes and we'll start that longer, slower, deeper breath. Bringing your awareness inside, but now draw your feet towards your hips, lift your hips and put your block. If you don't have a block, by the way, a lumbar pillow or something like that could work. But in any case, you want to get your flat, bony sacrum on your block and raise your legs. And now close your eyes. Focus on good, long, deep breathing. And just keeping your awareness in the body. Just noticing energy flowing through. Tuck your chin a little to keep the back of your neck long. And arms, you have options. You could just take your arms over the head. It feels nice. Or leave them in a Shavasana style. Or hold on to your block. But you want to feel completely supported by that block. So with your deep breathing and your eyes closed, just make little circles with your feet. What we're doing is taking the four corners of the sacrum onto the four corners of the block. So you're making these little circles with your sacrum, which makes your feet kind of follow. So a few of those, just feeling that block, feeling that energy in your body. Big full breaths. Reverse your circles now. And let's do one more revolution and then come back to center and rotate your feet. So circle your feet, just rotating the ankles, both directions, a few times. And then let's point and flex, but follow in your rhythm. So if you want to go really slow and just breathe with this. Do a few waking up movements and then come back to center. Close your eyes. I keep opening mine. And just relax. Breathe. Keeping the awareness inside the body. Big, full, deep breaths. Keeping the face relaxed. Soften the jaw. Stay here another few breaths. I meant to start the timer, but I didn't. I wanted to do about 3 minutes here. You want 3 to 5 minutes to get the full benefit of an inversion. So let's bring our feet down now. And taking your time, you want to just lift your hips, pull your block out, and lie again in your Shavasana. So keep the eyes closed, a few more deep breaths here. Good. And now one more on towards your chest. Take your arms out to the side. So your palms can be up or down. Mine probably should be down. And lift get your shoulder blades flat. Kind of have to lift them up. Now, we're doing a twist, little flow with your breath, drawing the knees to the right, but up towards your armpit. So keep the knees and the ankles attached. Exhale into that. Inhale all the way back to center. And then we're going to exhale to the other side. So knees and ankles attached and drawing the knees up towards the armpit. So keep your eyes closed here if you'd like, and turn your head to the opposite direction of the knees. Inhaling into center. Exhaling into your twist. So you don't take your knees to the floor. You just want to feel kind of an intense little stretch there, and then come out of it and go to the other side. So let's keep going a couple of more. Drawing the left shoulder blade down, or the opposite shoulder blade down, as your knees and legs turn to one side. Good. So let's bring the feet down here in the center. Take another moment to stretch, arms over the head, stretch the whole body. And we're going to rock up to sitting. Good. And come to all fours. So I'm going to move my blanket now off the mat. So on all fours, just a tabletop position, knees under the hips. So we're going to stretch out the right leg. So you want to tuck the toes and pull the heel back. So using your breath here, let's inhale, come forward, rolling through the foot. Exhale, stretch. So reach the heel back and away and roll through the toes and the ball of the foot. So back, back and forth. Just close your eyes here if you'd like, and just roll and stretch. Foot, calf, Achilles, soleus, gastrocnemius, the fascia in your foot. Let's just do one more on this side. Rolling through, and go to the left now. So same thing, just lengthen out that left leg, pull the heel back, and stretch. So go in your speed, your rhythm. Deep breathing here. Really articulate the movement through your foot. So releasing that tight fascia in the foot, through the big toe joint. Stretch that heel back. Let's go a couple more times. Good. One more time. Good. And we're coming now back to all fours. Tuck your toes. And let's come into a downward dog here. Just briefly. Pushing the hips up and back. Good. So we're going to be starting class in a wide Tadasana. So let's come this way. So from your dog, swing your left leg up and bring your left leg through to a lunge. And then I just want you to turn your right foot, put it down. Just going to kind of crawl around to a wide stance here, to Pada Tadasana. So line your toes up and bend the knees and just roll up with me. We're coming into a wide Tadasana. So you You want to feel stable, so don't go too wide right now. It's your Tadasana. So take a moment here to really align your shoulders over your hips and feel the weight distribution through your feet. So you want all four corners of your feet connected. And then we're bringing our arms out to the side because we're going to take a little wider stance now. Turn your right foot out at 90 degrees, and then your left foot turns in at 45-degree angle. Right heel and left instep are aligned. And let's start our little flow here. So strong arms, tight triceps. Inhale here. And exhale into your first asana, your warrior. And then just inhale back up. And exhale. You're just slowly waking up. Inner thigh, the groins, the hips. And now stretch that left arm back. Feel that stretch through the pecs. Gaze out over that right middle finger. Track your right knee out over the right toes. Breathe here. So pulling the body in both directions. Strong left leg. Feel tight gluteus. Hamstrings, quadriceps engaged. Everything gently hugging the bone. So from here, we're coming into exalted. The arm's going to come up, over, and then just come back through your warrior two. And do it again. Inhaling up. And back into warrior two. One more time. This time stay 3 breaths. Dropping that hip, getting a nice side body stretch, hopefully. Good. And from here, we're going to cartwheel. Left arm's going to come down and around and come into your lunge. Square your hips. And we're just going to drop the knee and come into your Anjaneyasana. So coming up here, lunge forward, lift the heart. And come back. And lunge forward, lift the heart. And come back one more time. And this time, lunging forward. And take that left arm back to your left leg. Good. So coming from here, hands on either side of your right foot. And if you need blocks, now would be the time to make sure they're handy. So coming from this lunge, from Anjaneyasana, just want you to pick up the left foot and walk it forward and place it flat. And just look at yourself now, square your hips, right hip pulls back. Good. Now bend the knee, crown of the head reaching. Exhale, bring the nose to the knee. Lift the top of that right thigh as you do. So inhale, bend the knee, lengthening the spine, shoulders drawing away from the ears. Exhale, nose to knee. And this time staying. So inhaling. And let's exhale here and stay 3 breaths. So use your blocks here if you need to bring the floor up higher to you. And focus now on squaring the hips. Left hips rolling forward, right hips pulling back. And the top of the right femur is lifting. Good. So we're coming out of this now. Right, bend the right knee and walk your hands further forward, about 6 inches, and lift up into your needle pose, your standing split. So bend the knee, lower the leg. Now exhale, bow, nose to knee, leg lift. Do it again, bend the knee, and exhale, bow. So find your pose. One more time here, and we'll stay 3 breaths. just trying to square the hips, left pelvic bone facing. Ooh. Here we go now, bend the knee and reach out with that left foot. And come to a lunge and drop the knee. So have your block here. And walk your right foot out, turn it out, bring your arms on the inside of your right knee, and just come forearms onto your block, or if you're ready, come to the mat. I'm not ready, my hips aren't open enough. So from here, pick up that left leg, left knee that is, and just stretch out that left leg, and drop it again. And I'm going to come a little further down now. So right hip is tight for me, and I can't come down too far. I'm going to strengthen. So I'm coming back up, but I'm going to lift my left knee and just intensify it for a breath here. Woo. And let's come out. So lifting that left knee, walk your right foot in, back through that lunge, and pick up that right leg, swing it up, and come all the way through into a tail of the dog. Now bend the knee, right knee, heel to glutes, stretch that knee up. Good. And then we're going to lift the leg back up towards the ceiling, swing it through to this lunge here, and you're going to walk around and come back through Pada Tadasana. This is going to be our resting pose. So line your toes up, wide stance here. Blocks are helpful, but first let's just walk out forward, bring your weight with you, so a wide plank here, and just push up and back with your hips. And one more coming forward, inhale, and come up and back with your hips. One more forward, and this time stay. So walk your hands between your feet and just allow the heaviness of your head to lengthen your spine. So again, feel the weight distribution on all four corners. And now let's play a little bit in this, just opening up the groins a little more. So shift your weight, coming with your hands right under your shoulders, and shift your weight to the right. And then inhale back to center, shift your weight to the left. So back and forth, you're just taking your hips to the right, your hips to the left. Now bend the knee a little as you do that. So just playing, just opening up, back and forth a little bit. Good. One more hang here. And now we're just going to bend our knees. I'm going to toe heel in a little just to come up. So toe heel together gives you a little more stability. Come all the way back up to standing. Around, and we have the other side. So, yeah, line yourself up. You notice I'm not lined up. Come a little wider so that we can come into our warrior one on the left. So, you know what to do here. Get wide, heel and instep aligned, and just float yourself down and come back up. So getting that stretch, that length through the fingertips. Pulling some weight to the outside edge of the right foot and coming down one more time here and stay. Several breaths. Just feel your body lengthening horizontally from the center of your midline, just moving in that direction. Good. exalted warrior. Right arm, hand just comes down, and you're just gonna bend into it, wake it up, come back, staying in your warrior. Do it again. This is your inhalation. And let's stay here in this long, deep breathing. Good. And here's our little cartwheel. We're going to come into a lunge now. Drop the knee. And here we are on Janayasana on the right. So, balancing up, hips over the knee, and then lunging a little forward, lifting the breastbone. Lifting back, and lifting. And let's do one more time, this time with that exalted warrior arm. So holding the back thigh. Come out of that, come through your lunge, and walk your right foot forward and flat. And you're all set up now for your Parsvattanasana, for your nose to knee pose. But take a moment, bring your right hip forward, draw your left hip back, and let's bend that left knee, crown of the head reaching, shoulders drawing away. And now exhale, bowing nose to knee. Check yourself out. You want to keep your body moving into the midline. So as you fold, don't allow your hips to swing to the left or to the right. You want to try and keep everything in the center. So now we stay 3 breaths here and do your work in the pose. Right hip moving a little forward, left hip moving back, top of the left femur lifting upward, nose to knee. Good. So now we come through our needle pose. So bend the left knee, walk the hands forward, and let's just inhale here, lift, and exhale, bend the knee, lower the foot. And this should be an exhalation here as you bow. And then inhale as you come forward. And one more, staying 3 breaths. Good. So we bend the left knee, reach out with the right foot. Come through that lunge. Right? And then walk the left foot out. So your hands come onto the inside of your left leg. Walk the left foot out, foot is turned out, drop the knee, and we come into our lizard pose. So remember your block. But in any case, you want to make your way down to your forearms. Come up into that lunge if you can. Doesn't matter, do what you can. Oh my goodness. Waking up those hips. Good. So we're coming out of this now. Come through your lunge. Walk your left foot back to center. Let's have a nice lunge here. Now, you're going to swing your left foot up, all the way up into your tail of the dog. Bend the knee. And reach the knee up. So you want a little flexion in the left foot. Reach that knee up. Look up under your armpit. Oh, such a nice stretch. And then float left foot down. Bring it through a lunge. And we're walking around into Pada Tadasana. Line your toes up. Oops. Line your toes up. And we're going to do our little walking forward again. So hands under the shoulders. Walk forward. forward, wide plank, push up and back. And inhaling, coming forward. And exhaling up and back. One more time here. So stay here, 3 breaths. Lift the hips up, chest drawing towards the mat, and feeling that weight distribution in the 2 legs, in all 4 corners of the feet. And observing, is your right side holding more weight than your left? Or vice versa? Good. Now bend the right knee and bring your hips to the right. And just take it over to the other side, bending the left knee. Do it again. Other side. Good. And we're just going to come to sitting now. So toe heel together, to your get your feet closer together, and come down onto your mat. So, I want to work, and this is where you'll need a belt. Some of you need a belt. We're going to work on some back bending in a prone pose, in a face down. So let's just make our way down, and I'll talk you through it. So go ahead and bring your forehead to the mat. Arms alongside the body, and you want to engage the gluteus muscles. You want to feel the tailbone pulling down and in. Good. And then we're just going to reach for the right foot with your right hand, or loop your belt. Just have a loop around your foot here and pull. I'm not used to doing this, obviously, but you could pull right with your belt, but preferably around your foot and not your ankle. In any case, let's keep working here. So we're just on the right side. Forehead down. So now with both hands, if you can, or the belt, hold your right foot or your right ankle. So you feel how you need to squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, towards the spine, and then push the pubic bone down into the mat and pull your knee, push your knee away from you, and just stretch out that quadricep. Breathe. So you don't have to use both hands, you can just use one. Let's let that go now and come to the left side. So forehead on the mat again, reach for your left foot or ankle. If you can use both hands, use both hands, and pull. So pulling heel to the glutes, knee pressing away, strong gluteus muscles pressing, pulling the tailbone in. Down. Good. So we let go of that. And now let's take both feet. So forehead back on the mat and holding both feet or ankles. Bring your knees back to center, knee to knee. And again, pull the knees out and away. Tuck the tailbone down and in. And shoulder blades drawing towards each other. So now let's lift the heart, so sternum lifting, head lifting, and lift your legs any amount, or not at all. See what you can do. Breathe, big, full, deep breath. Good. So now let go of your feet. Bring your hands in front. Stack your hands and rest your forehead on your wrists or your hands, and just sway your hips side to side. Great. So we're going to do that again. Go ahead and put your forehead on the mat, Coming back for your feet and ankles. Inhale. And come up. Resting again, just take your feet wide, rest your hands on your wrists, and just sway your hips side to side here. Good. So now we're going to play a little in a pose. It's called Bakasana, frog pose. And it's a nice way to open the shoulders too. So let's start with the left forearm parallel to your upper mat and elbow under your shoulder. Bring your legs together. Let's bend the right knee, right hand to right foot. But what I want you to do is open your shoulders. So you want to hold the foot, palm at the top, fingers pointing down, drawing that foot towards the glutes, and just looking this way for now, and then let's see if we can't just look forward. Breathing. Frog pose. Actually, it's frog pose when you do both feet at the same time. We're not going to attempt. Nice. So let that go. Coming back. Just lie flat for a minute. And we'll come to the other side. Right arm parallel to the mat, right elbow under right shoulder. Bend the left knee and reach for the left foot with the left hand. And pulling that left heel towards the buttocks. So yeah, looking in the direction, and then see if you can't turn towards the front. Woo, and open. Strong gluteus muscles here. Breathing. And let's let that go. So coming out of that, this time, hands at your chest, push up, and move back into a child's pose, Balasana. So take your knees wide. Push your hips onto your heels, forehead on the mat. And then just keep your arms out in front of you and slowly sway your hips over your heels. Just moving one side and then the other. Let the belly hang, let it be soft. So we're going to roll up, come back to lying on your backs. Yeah. So take your feet wide, turned out, and not all, kind of close to your hips, but not all the way to the hips, and come up into this lovely bridge pose, Setu Bandha. So it's really a relaxed bridge. I've been doing this in my classes lately. I really like it. So take your arms up over your head, close your eyes, and just find a comfortable, it's no straining with this particular bridge pose. You're just resting with your hips up. Notice your weight distribution again. Balance it out. We all have one side stronger than the other, so it's really nice. One of the things yoga teaches us and helps us is how to balance that. Make the weaker side stronger just by noticing where you're distributing your weight. So come on out of that. Take your time and draw your knees to your chest. Hold your right knee, wrap your right elbow around it, right knee with your left hand. Just roll to your left and draw that right shoulder blade down. Good. And then we're just going to go right on to the other side. Left knee to left elbow, to a big hug here. And then drawing a knee over to the right. Good. So coming out of this now, one more, drawing the knees to the chest, and we're going to finish class the way we started it back in our Viparita Karani pose. So lift your hips and put your block under your sacrum. Close your eyes. Focus on that. Everything going on in your body. So energy moving, heartbeat, breath, any sensations. That's your work.